Welcome back to another video, everyone. I just woke up not that long ago and I felt like playing Crash Team Racing. I'm going to do some dev trials in the background. I'm not going to promise that I'll beat them. I'm just going to do it for background footage while I talk about other things. We are only a few days away now from June, which means we're like 3 weeks away from the release of Crash Team Rumble. It's really not that long away now until the game comes out. As far as my content goes when it comes to Crash Team Rumble, I will of course be doing a bunch of videos on it. I'll be doing probably a few live streams on it as well, actually. Just because I feel like each season is going to be, with it lasting 3 months, I feel like they're going to be quite long to grind. This runs over. And I thought with the Crash Team Rumble runs, like each game being quite short, it actually kind of fits the live streaming format quite well. In fact, a bit more than videos. Now, of course, during that period, it's not just only going to be Crash Team Rumble content. It will be for the first week or two, but I'm going to do other things too, because not everybody is going to be playing or is interested in Crash Team Rumble, which is completely fair. Doesn't mean every Crash fan is going to be into it. It doesn't mean they're going to like that type of game, and for that reason I will be doing different Crash content that I would normally do. So I look forward to Crash Team Rumble and rage quitting because I've been ganged up on by a team of dingo dials. What on God's earth am I doing? Like, what am I actually doing? You know, when I thought about talking while doing a CTR video, I don't know why I always go to do dev trials as if I can do this and talk at the same time. I mean, I can, I just can't do it very well. That's the problem. Yeah, let's do the thing that requires the very most focus while talking. We're also getting to that point in the year where hay fever is starting to kick in, allergies. And let me tell you, that is a factor. It's definitely a factor in terms of how much I'm going to rage in Crash Team Rumble. It's natural. It's the cherry on top, you know? Something's not going well in the game. On top of the fact that it's incredibly hot and you're suffering from allergies, you're sneezing, your eyes are itching, everything just annoys you. That's exactly what it was like when I did the dev trials. Was it the dev trial? I don't know, one of the two. They released like around the time when it was getting warmer. Right, we've done good this time. Let's hit that shortcut. That's way easier to do than I remember it being, but like all you have to do is drive in a straight line and then just hop. That's it. I don't know why I remember it being so bad. Oh no. This game, man, it never fails to. Actually, I was reading a comment the other day. I don't know what video it was on. It was when I referred to this game being the greatest car race of all time, and someone was saying the actual driving system, you know, like just the way the game works, the driving mechanics, were shit. Or they weren't very good at all. Whereas I think they're amazing. You know, like the boosting, the U-turning, all that kind of stuff, because it's what makes this game so good. The controls, it allows you to go super high speed and makes very precise turns when you need to, and it creates this really high skill ceiling. I think that's the word, right? Is it skill ceiling, where it's like, you know, you can play it, but you can get very skilled at the game, you know, and I'm terrible in comparison to the people that are really good at this game. You know, they really optimize every single turn, every single jump. Oh, when have you ever been there, you bastard seal? Sorry. But yeah, someone was complaining about it, and then I did actually realize that U-turning and all that kind of stuff, is it even in the game? And when I say is it even in the game, I mean like, I forgot that I actually have to go into my Xbox settings and change certain buttons so that it makes U-turning possible. Well, not possible, but easier. So then I did realize that actually, yeah, I guess U-turning, I'm not sure if there's any mention of it in-game. On top of the fact that you have to go into the console settings, well, you don't have to, but most people will, to make U-turning a lot easier. And while I still think the controls for this game and the way it works are still the best, because at the end of the day, it's still in the game, you can still play like that. The commenter is actually kind of correct in terms of the fact that, you know, if you want to get really good at this game, especially in online races, and in online races it's not as big of a deal because you have items which can slow people down. But if you do want to improve yourself and do really high speeds and catch up with people in normal racing, you do have to kind of do this U-turning trick that has no mention of it in-game, as far as I know at least. And even change controls in settings, like in console settings. I don't think there's a game where I've ever done that, except for this game. In fact, I'm using a completely different controller right now because the settings are saved on there. And they're not saved on my new Elite controller. Oh, there's my blue flame gone. Of course, doesn't like to stay very often, does it? The skill ceiling, though, and just how good you can get at this game is something I really like about it, though. It's the one thing that makes you want to keep playing to beat the devs. Like, imagine putting someone in a 1v1, a brand new player who's doing drift boosts every now and then, and someone who can maintain blue flame around the whole track, they'd have their socks blown off. You have some people that might inspire them to get better, or it might just make people rage quit. And I think a lot of people that don't like this game's controls were the latter. It made them rage quit because they couldn't get the hang of it. It's very unforgiving doing these challenges as well. Like, you know, you lose your speed, that's it, it's over. So I feel like a lot of people that don't like the game's controls kind of just aren't good at learning them. And to that, I would just have to say get good, you know? And that's something I clearly still need to do, as I just missed the starting boost. But I did get good, I did, because I got good enough to beat Velo. I mean, at one point I could barely even beat Entropy. It actually got me thinking as well about how the freaking hell this game would work on PC. Like, what would the control scheme be? I've never played a racing game on PC before. Or if I have, it's been with a controller. And I'm just thinking, how on God's earth would you ever do this on a mouse and keyboard? Because you can't just release a game on PC. Oh, it's over. No? Not yet. Well, it's still over anyway, but... Did I win that? Did I win that? Wait, 209.96. Let me go back and check. 209.96. It looked like I was ahead of him. It looked like I was ahead of him thanks to that, like, last minute corner. Polar pass, 209.96. 209.99. Did you see the optimization I had at the end of that lap to try and beat him? Let's do some easy tracks now. Let's just do engine laps to end off the vid. But yeah, how the hell would this game work on PC? Like, what would the controls be? And it actually made me think, maybe that's one of the reasons why the game never came to PC, because they couldn't figure out how to make a good control scheme. And maybe there is one. Maybe, you know, I'm just not experienced enough to figure out how it would work. There's, you know, other kart racing games on PC, I'm sure, that have figured it out. But of course, this game is slightly different with its mechanics. They're not all the same. So I don't know. I don't know how they would do that, to be honest. I know there's people that play this on PC already, because there is a Nintendo Switch emulator that a lot of people use. So if you use mouse and keyboard for that, I'm sure most people just plug in a controller. But if anyone has played a kart racing game with a mouse and keyboard, let me know how on earth that works, because I have no idea. Although I do have another theory as to why Crash Team Racing didn't come to PC, and it actually has something to do with Crash Team Rumble. It's simply just the fact that it's a multiplayer game, and maybe the small indie company Activision doesn't want their multiplayer Crash Bandicoot online games on PC just because of the modding and all that kind of cheating and stuff. Damn, that was a really good run. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, N.Sane Trilogy is on PC, Crash Bandicoot 4 came to PC. Yeah, Crash Team Rumble might arrive on PC at some point, you know, down the line in a few months or something. It's very likely. And if that happens, then of course the logic of them not wanting to bring multiplayer games or online games to PC is thrown out the window. But if Crash Team Rumble doesn't come to PC, maybe that's actually part of the reason. It's the cheating that they just simply might not want to deal with, which is a shame, because imagine CTR mods. Imagine like Rainbow Road, but with these mechanics. These driving mechanics. People would make the craziest tracks, and they would probably be infinitely more fun because of the way this game works. No offense to any other kart racer, including Mario Kart, because I love Mario Kart, but they're two different kinds of experience. I feel like this is more of a hardcore kart racing game. No! Every time I think of CTR on PC, I get immensely disappointed. It just reminds me of something that's not going to happen, you know, and the game would still be so active right now if it was on PC. Let me just jump into the acid, because that's where I belong, for that terrible, terrible play. Let's just try and win now. I do find it funny how, like, how easy certain dev times are in comparison to others. And I think the only reason they're like that, by the way, is because they wanted to give, like, a lot of different devs the chance to have a dev time. Like, it can't all just be William P. Could William P have the fastest times out of the whole dev team? Yeah, probably. But how is that fair? So, like, these guys are good, don't get me wrong, but that mistake right there just cost him the run to me. And that's just a mistake that William P would not have made, you know? Almost. 2:15.70. That was my second best time of all time, which is weird because I feel like I've done way better. I didn't even get the starting boost there, by the way. That would have been my best time. That's weird. Like, my best time is shit on this track. But you can let me know down below what you think about my theories about the control scheme of PC and the cheating. I'm just trying to think of reasons, logical reasons as to why you would not bring this game to PC. And it's very hard to think of actual reasons. And that is all I can think of. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you all in my next video.